Oh, we're live. Hello, hello, hello. What's up, fellas?
Howdy.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. To our friends that are joining out there, I apologize. This is my fault. I knew we were doing this, and I was waiting for a link to be sent to me, and didn't realize the link had been sent a while ago. And I was overlooking that. So my apologies to anybody that was waiting, because we usually do try and start close to 8:30. So blame it on PackGeek.
Seems reasonable, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's as good as excuse as ever, right? I just overlooked it.
Yeah.
So how was everybody's week this week?
What's up, Tyson? Tyson Banker.
Friends in the chat. There's
That's right.
Eric. Eric, you are so prompt. More prompt than I was, probably.
All right, you're not going to want me to run this StreamYard. I'm going to start highlighting everybody's.
That's part of the fun, man. That's part of the fun.
If things seem different tonight, it's because Ty is DJing and it's not Mike. Mike is our typical DJ.
Ty is the DJ. Jeff is the rapper.
Yeah.
That is a great throwback reference, Mike. Only the old guys are going to get that one.
Can I show a picture of what Mike did this week? Or this weekend?
This is actually Saturday.
You want to narrate while I show this, because this is really cool.
Well, on Friday night, Julie and I have a hog pen at our ranch, a hog trap, and we saw some activity, and so it was already baited, and we got some camera pictures rolling in. You know, it's cellular, so it just texts me the pictures. And we saw, man, there's a lot of hogs in that trap. And we saw the trap door shut. So we're like, well, we got to go kill them in the morning. You can't just leave them there. So there we go. There were 22 hogs. There's the trap right behind them. There were 22 hogs in that trap, and it was just me and Julie. So you basically, this is going to sound morbid, but you shoot them in the trap while they're in the trap, and they're all scrambling all over each other, running all over. It's not a pretty sight. Squealing, and they all got an acute case of lead poisoning. Let's put
guys, every vegan and vegetarian on the stream has just unsubscribed.
They did, but so Julie and I had to drag all of those out of the pen, and we lined them all. This is a very typical hunter picture. When you kill hogs, you line them all up, and so then we had to take them and load them onto our Polaris. It was disgusting, and they smell terrible and all that. And then we took them out to the corner of our property. You can't burn, right? We would normally burn them, but there's a burn ban in the county. So we had to take them back to the corner, and they'll just be a feast for the coyotes and the bobcats well, it makes it sound really appealing to come to my ranch and visit.
Yeah, let's go.
But that wasn't that was something we had to do. I mean, they're a total nuisance animal here, and everybody thinks it's so cruel. Not here in Texas. They are an absolute menace, and you cannot kill them fast enough. So much so that the Texas Parks and Wildlife actively encourages you, please kill as many as you can. And so there you go. That was our haul for the week. You can take that down now. I think people are.
I'm leaving it up, man. This is great. Rest of the night. Is that where Julie sleeps?
Right. No, it's not. But she was a trooper, man. She helped me haul those pigs, or drag them out, and she's amazing. So I don't know many wives that would be willing to. Would Hillary do that, Jeff? Or just a sarcastic laugh?
No. Hillary is she's almost vegan, so this is nightmare fuel for her. I'm afraid she would probably be down to shoot the guns as long as there were no animals on the other end of it.
Gotcha. And what's funny is I'm not a deer hunter. Like I don't hunt deer. I do hunt dove, but which are good eating. And anyway,
Can I just call out something that I think needs to be called out early on in this podcast? This live stream.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
That is a deep V-neck you're wearing, Jeff.
Oh my gosh.
That is a deep V-neck.
I'm just gonna leave it like this so you guys
that should be not allowed.
It's actually, I'm not a fan of the deep V-neck, so I'm kind of take offense to that. This is maybe medium V-neck, but I don't think it's it's too much. I mean, it's not showing that much cleavage, is it?
I don't know, man. Send the kids to bed.
Now that this is all I'm going to be thinking about. Oh, poor choice on the T-shirt. Well, so Ty, how was your week?
It's good, man. We had a long day at the ball field today. I was telling Mike, I'm so sunburned because I was out. We had 5 games in 2 days.
Oh my gosh.
Like, I'm toasted right now.
Are you, I think I know the answer, but are you coaching any of these teams?
Yep. coaching both.
Awesome. Oh man, that makes it even more work. Yeah. Now let me ask you, when I was in Little League, we had the big deal after the games was we would all go and get soda together. Is that still a thing at the Little League ballpark?
It's kombucha now.
Party.
Of course, V-neck and a kombucha. Why would I
even? This guy's avoiding killing pigs. He's got V-necks. He's drinking kombucha. Like, how crusty can we get, Hofer?
My goodness. Hey, real quick call out. If you didn't see Tyson Banker, that guy right there, he put out a sweet article today. Top 15 MLB flagship rookie cards. Really cool. Really cool. It was awesome.
Where can we find this article?
It's on BreakerCulture, but I toss it on the Bench Clear Twitter feed as well.
Sweet.
He killed it, man. He worked like a month on that thing, so props to him.
Tyson's a great writer.
He is.
Good information.
Yeah.
Hey, Ty, didn't you release something tonight? Speaking of new releases.
I did. I put out a Prism video for all you basketball fans.
Not just any Prism video, though. It's like the video of all Prism basketball.
Yeah, it was pretty. Thank you, Grant. Yeah, it was awesome. Did you like the editing? All the player highlights in the background? I take it you didn't watch it, or did you watch it?
Are we talking to me or?
I was talking to Jeff, but yeah, no. So Hardly Saying is a guy that I work with who does the editing, and he put highlights of each player as I was showing it, the PSA pop counts and the prices. It's awesome. It's really cool.
I haven't seen it yet, but you got me very excited just by the tease.
Prism forever.
Ty, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Why do you think the Prism rookies, and you may talk, I've only watched a couple of minutes of this video, but I know several of the guys on this stream right now that I see, like Andy and Eric, they're big believers in the Prism Silver and its value long-term in the hobby. What do you think has caused just the eruption of it?
I think the market just accepted it. I think once that happened, there's no turning back. I think it's as simple as that.
Do you think it is because, well, for instance, in basketball, there's no longer Topps Chrome, so this is kind of the answer to that now that we don't have
that's it, yep.
Chrome sets? And that was obviously the Topps Chrome Refractor was wildly popular when those sets were around.
Yeah.
That's kind of filled the void. I mean, that was always kind of my thought, but I don't know. Anyone else subscribe to that?
Yeah, I mean, I think there you go. Eric's calling it out right there. I think you're right. It's a combination of we needed some sort of silver chrome rookie, and Prism was the one.
Well, I can't wait to watch that. So that is up on BreakerCulture.
It's on Bench Clear.
It's on Bench Clear. Okay, so that went directly to Bench Clear. Awesome. Yep. Very cool. So guys, make sure to check that out after this is over, or tomorrow, or whenever you have a chance. All right, what do we have here?
It's a great point.
Yeah, it is.
Good point.
So let me ask you, Ty, and your numbers guide, they seem to be getting more and more common as we go along. Do you think that eventually is going to affect the popularity?
Well, I think it's going to become more popular, right? And you look at I don't want to spoil the fun, but I mean, number 3 on the list is Luka Doncic, and he has 11,000 PSA 10 base cards graded.
Wow.
It's 2x the next guy, which is Zion, funny enough. So obviously the number of cards in circulation is not affecting popularity or price. So
Eric makes a great point. The demand's only going to go up too, just because they're making, and you just said it, Ty. I mean, it's the card to have of any basketball player. It's their flagship key rookie, right? All the time from 2012 to now, since they started Prism. So
what's crazy to me, for those that haven't watched it, some of the players on there, I talk about the top 15 from the release of Prism in 2012 all the way to the latest 2019-20. And some of those guys like Bradley Beal or Damian Lillard, they have PSA pops of less than 100. Some of them have 20 on their PSA 10 silvers. It's mind blowing.
So, for instance, since you've recently looked at these numbers, how many Lucas Silver PSA 10s are there?
I should know this off the top of my head, but I don't. But I want to say there was 11 or 1,200.
11 or 1,200, so a tenth of what they have base cards.
Correct.
Obviously, those silvers get submitted probably quite a bit more than the base. Maybe not so much anymore since the base is commanding a great price, but
yeah.
Man, that's fascinating.
Eric's teasing me. He says Mike even has a Prism NBA. I have a Luka Prism rookie.
Do you?
I do.
Of course you do, man. I love to hear that. Well, speaking of Mike, you've had a heck of a week. Do you want to talk about that at all?
Yeah, I haven't done a video since Tuesday, which for me is like an eternity. I'll be doing one tomorrow, I think. But I've been dealing with a lot of family stuff. We'll talk about crazy prices here in a second. Right now, we'll talk about crazy COVID stuff. My mom was not feeling well, and I took her to the hospital on Wednesday last week, and she has COVID, and she was really bad for several days. They were about to put her into ICU, and then she started improving. Her oxygen levels got better, and she's still in the hospital. And then, oh great, my dad is now in the hospital. He went in today. He was feeling bad on the way back from a trip that a quick trip that he had taken, and now he's in the same hospital as my mom. And his COVID test should literally come back while we're on this stream. I should get that text telling me what his COVID, which is, I'm 100% sure he has it. He has the exact same symptoms my mom had before she went into the hospital.
What are the symptoms they had, Mike? Because I know it's varying from person to person.
Well, what's weird, I'll tell you in just a second, but what's weird is before this week, I didn't know really anybody that had it.
Right.
You hear all these things, and it's not that it's not a real thing, but I just hadn't really been directly affected by it, other than inconvenienced to do some things that I would not normally do, social distancing, etc. And now you're like, whoa, bam, right? And she was very tired, very fatigued, very weak. My parents are in their early 70s, by the way, so that also contributes. It's a contributing factor. Both of them have underlying health conditions. So, all the things you've heard about on the news for the last 6 months, 5 months, whatever it's been, my parents are perfect examples of who gets this and who dies from this, And so we've been trying to be extra. Me and my sister and my brother have been like, hey, y'all need to be really careful. And I'm telling you, my mom was the opposite of that. And I'm not trying to throw her under the bus. She just wanted to live her life. And so she went to the gym once it reopened, and she started going to church and going out with her friends to happy hour. And she did all the things you're not supposed to do. And that's what I guess I'm trying to tell people is if you have older parents or grandparents, you need to tell them to be careful. It is a real thing. And my parents essentially said, screw it. And now they're sick, and not just a little bit sick, and it's no fun, I'm telling you. And so she would diarrhea. I mean, it's going to sound pretty gross. Fever, real weak, no appetite. It wasn't that she couldn't taste stuff. I've heard that people say that as a symptom. She just didn't have an appetite at all. And so finally I took her to the hospital, which now I'm quarantined, by the way, for 14 days. Because even though I had her sit in the back seat of my car with him, we both wore masks. I didn't touch anything. She didn't touch anything. She didn't cough or anything when she was in the car with me for 5 minutes to take her to the hospital. But it is, I'm still exposed, and therefore I can't go to my office for 2 weeks, from Wednesday. So that's why we went out to the ranch and started shooting hogs, because why not? So anyway, it's pretty crappy, and I don't wish it on anybody. It's no fun. You're just scared. I mean, you don't know. You hear about people
yeah.
They tell my mom that she's going to be okay. Like, you're going to be fine. She's going to be in treatment for several more days. Again, my dad's at the very. He literally he's been at the hospital for 3 hours now, so he just got there. And if you're asking why, Mike, would you be on a stream talking about baseball cards or sports cards? And the answer is because there's nothing else you can do. Like, right. I wish I could tell you, you can't go visit, you can't go help, you can't do anything. And that's the worst part as a family member, a son, or if you're whoever you're dealing with, you're literally helpless. And it's, well, I could sit around and mope, I could sit around and feel bad and whatever. My phone's literally right here. If my dad calls me or texts me, I will get off this stream and go talk to him. If he wants to call and give me an update or whatever, I'll go do that. But at the end of the day, there's nothing I can do. I'd rather distract myself with talking to my friends, and so I know there's a lot of people that are supporting me, and I appreciate it. We got lots of friends and family that are praying and thinking about my parents, and that's literally all you can do. There's nothing else to do.
With that said, please, if you are a praying person, keep Mike and his family in your prayers. I know we're going to, and I hope you'll keep us updated on that, Mike.
Yeah, I'll tomorrow I'm going to shoot a plan on a video. I got some mail to show off, and again, kind of give this public service message of, you don't know till you know, and talk and hopefully give a positive update on my parents and what's going on. But thank you, Andy. Andy's one of my best friends in the hobby, and ironically, one of my best friends, period. So it's amazing how this hobby does that. When you get to know people, and like Ty, when you go to the national this year, assuming we have a national, which let's hope we do. But if we go, Bench Clear is going to have a booth. A lot of people know that already. You're going to see people, Ty, that walk up to you. It's the weirdest feeling. You probably had it with BreakerCulture for a while, I would guess.
Mm-hmm.
Your face wasn't out. I mean, they would hear you talk and go, I've heard that voice before. But when they see you, and Jeff probably experienced this last year when he went, it's pretty cool when people come up and say, man, I love your stuff. I love your videos. They're going to say how much they love Bench Clear. And it'll be great. We'll love it. We got to have T-shirts for everybody, by the way.
We need to get on the T-shirts, and we need some swag for the shows. But that is one thing. Like, I can't imagine there are many hobby communities out there that are as supportive as ours when, people have family issues or some real stuff going on. I actually saw Eric, so come on now. That's well,
you can't miss Eric at the National. You will always see Eric at the National. He's always wearing his. He has a particular style of hat that he likes
Eric
to wear.
is the coolest dressed guy at the National. Most of them are wearing deep V's and hats and jams, and then Eric comes in there. He looks like the coolest guy in a music video, and you're like, that guy looks way too cool to be around a bunch of card geeks.
You see Eric at the show, and you go, that's either those back pages or he's in ZZ Top. I don't know which one, but he's one of the two.
Very true. Very true. Okay, so thank you for sharing that, Mike. I was hoping you would, but I also wanted to put in your court if you wanted to say anything about that. Because
yeah, if y'all have watched my channel for any length of time, people get mad because I don't always talk about cards. I'm talking, life happens, and this is an awesome platform to just share I believe being authentic on who you are. You just got to be yourself. And if that means you're going through some stuff and you want to share it, you should share it. And I gravitate towards channels that are like that. I want to hear more than just about show me a card. There are plenty of channels that do that, but I can see cards all day on eBay. I want to hear stories. I want to get to know people. And that's why when you go to a show, I met a bunch of people that are YouTubers that I'd never met in person. And you feel like you know them. You walk up and it's like you're a friend. You have never probably spoken to them or whatever, but because of who they are on their channel, if they're authentic and just, it's really cool to see that. What are we watching? What were we watching?
Oh, sorry. You're good.
Okay, so I'm going to skip down to, we'll do pickups in a little bit. Let's skip down to hobby news real quick. I know what I wanted to talk about. Do you guys have any hot topics that you want to talk about? You'll probably steal mine if you go first, but that's all right.
I want to know what people think about Allen and Ginter Chrome. I want honest opinions on that.
Well, I'll tell you mine, right off the top of my head. I thought it looked amazing. I love it. I love the idea behind it because I'm already an Allen Ginter fan. But I read about the boxes, and it's one auto per box or memorabilia or something. It wasn't very encouraging, and I've got to think those boxes are not going to be cheap. So I thought that was kind of odd. Maybe that was just.
Yep.
Oh, here's the breakdown. Okay.
I mean, the Super Fractor is awesome. But I wish they would stop chromifying everything. I'm just tired of it. Leave some of the authenticity and originality in some of these releases. I don't like modernizing everything. It's my initial reaction to it. I'm sure it'll end up selling out. It'll go for 4X on eBay and all that crap, but I'm just done with that.
I think that's fair. It's like sometimes you don't always need a sequel to a great movie. You should just leave it as is, and this might be an example of that.
Yep.
I'm in the same camp as Ty and a lot of other people on the chat. It's a money grab, and doesn't Topps have enough products already? I mean, seriously, do we need another one? I mean,
yeah,
really?
Yep.
I'm not saying it's not even cool, by the way. It's just unnecessary.
Agreed. Side note.
Are they going to have a Chrome version of there's Eric.
There's Eric. Found it.
Yes. The coolest guy at the National by far.
Check out his channel, by the way. I just saw a new video pop up from Eric.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, I mean, are they going to have a Chrome version of
Pants watch
ZZ Top's beard hair, or what are they going to have in
that's it right there, though. Chrome pants watch of a comedian. How can you not get excited about this?
Are you going to leave us where you're big and we're little? I like that, but
shoot. Keep talking. Keep having fun.
It's so Mike, do you have any hobby news?
Big League Chrome.
I've been a little distracted. I want you all to tell me the hobby news so I can react to it.
Wait, what have you been distracted with?
My parents.
I know.
Just those people.
guy ever. Hey, Ty, I sent in the private chat, I sent a link.
You want to show it? Sure.
Hoping you can share that. But I don't know how many people in the chat, I'm sure a lot of you did, but somebody just unearthed a sealed case of 1986 Fleer basketball, and it's going to be in collect auctions. That is 12 unopened boxes of 86 Fleer basketball. Estimates are everywhere from like $1 million to 2.5. It's going to be wild, and I guess I'm kind of shocked something like this even exists. I know for a while that Baseball Card Exchange was offering like $5,000 or something just to see pictures of one of these still in existence, but it's wild. 2 million, I think, is 100% reasonable.
That is crazy.
It is. I mean, it's the ultimate. It's the ultimate basketball unopened box. That set is just crazy. But I think on average you pull like 3 to 4 Jordans a box. So you got to think those in PSA 10 recently after the documentary were going for near $100,000. I know they cooled down a bit, but I still think they're around like 70 or 80. I mean, it's just
wow.
It's going to be a monster, and I would kill to break a box of that on the show. I'm just going to put that out there in case any of you guys buy this and want to.
That's my question right there. I want to know the source.
Yeah, for sure.
Does it say it in the description?
I was just reading it. I don't see anything here.
I don't think they gave any background on where it came from.
By the way, Todd had a great comment. Next, we're going to have Big League Chrome coming out. Top Big League Chrome. Top opening day Chrome.
Yeah, exactly. It is pretty crazy to think, though, that is potentially the last one remaining in the hobby, right? For a card of that magnitude, a set of that magnitude, that's the last remaining case of it. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. It could have been Larry Fritsch. I mean, that's as good a guess as any, except for I haven't seen any 86 Fleer come out of their shop or their warehouse. So, but who knows? I mean, they have quite a stash. I know their big stash was from Topps, so I don't know if they were tapping into that Fleer, the old Fleer reserves.
Hey, let's all. You know what we should do is do a. We should do a mutual fund with this case. Like everybody, we all own a piece of it, you know?
Oh, man. There'd be a lot of people that want in on that.
Just a cool 100K a person.
There you go.
Yeah, sure.
20 people and you're good to go. All right.
Hey,
what else?
Do you think Nats Turner is going to buy that? Has he mentioned it online? So I'm looking at Eric's post about Nats wants it or Nat wants it.
Well, wanting it, but
that guy can afford it. I mean, he's got the basketball collection of all basketball collections. He spends as much money as anyone I've seen. If you guys have seen Nats Turner on Instagram, it's pretty wild. It's basically all the basketball cards you've ever dreamed of in one collection. Pretty cool though. But I mean, that's just the most wild thing. I've always dreamed of having an unopened box of that, but for a pristine unopened case to show up like that, I mean, somebody's been sitting on that and just waiting maybe until The Last Dance came out to put that up.
Or until it was the last one.
Yeah. I mean, let me ask you this. What do you think about like a Leighton Sports Cards going after that and breaking those boxes?
They don't have the coin.
Are you sure? I think some of them do. I mean, Leighton's got they do pretty
Some
well.
of those guys have the coin. They have the bankroll to make that happen.
Wow.
He's our guy. He's our guy on the inside. I
yes.
mean, the margin is good
cost?
for a few of the breakers, right?
Say that again.
The margins are pretty good for a few of the breakers, a few of the big breakers.
Oh, I think that's an understatement. Right. It's not like prices have gone up for breakers. Breakers are still paying just about the same they've always paid, but wax prices have doubled and tripled. They're doing just fine these days. And they got the inside track on all product.
That's true. That's true.
I would not be surprised if something like that.
You know what? As a publicity stunt, I could see that happening. Yeah. I could definitely see that happening. I would not be shocked to see that.
For sure. For sure. So here's a question for you. For those that heard the interview I had with Jeremy, one of the vice presidents at Beckett on my podcast last week, he mentioned something about them trying to hire people at BGS. And he's been mentioning this for, basically a year plus. And then I saw CCG is hiring, and obviously PSA is hiring. Why the heck can these grading companies not hire anybody? I just don't understand this. What is so hard about hiring someone as a grader?
Good question.
Answer that question, Mike. You got enough graded cards, and there's a.
Hold on, my dad just got his positive test on COVID-19. So.
Shoot.
What was the question? I'm sorry. What was the question?
No, you're good.
It doesn't matter.
No, what was the question?
I was just asking about hiring for these grading companies. Why the heck can they not hire? They're all hiring and they can't hire.
Well, there's a reason. There's two reasons. It takes some. Did you read the qualifications to be a grader at PSA?
What do they say?
It's on their website, by the way. Because I got it. Did y'all get an email from Steve Sloan that said, "Hey, we're hiring," And then I went to the website to look. First of all, you got to live in California, right? You got to live there, which I think you brought up this point somewhere, Ty, having different grading centers across the country to make it more regional.
Mm-hmm.
Did you bring that up? I think
I did with Jeremy. Yep.
There you go. Okay. So that's where I heard it. And I think that's a brilliant idea. So you got to live in Southern California. Well, even if I wanted to be a card grader, I'm not moving to Southern California as my career. Nobody goes, there's no college degree for being a card grader. And then, I do have some hobby news, by the way. And then, so you got to have years of experience, some type of experience. How do you get experience until you get hired as a card grader? And I'm sure they are not paying much over minimum. How much are they paying? You got to think it's not, you're not going to go there and make $100,000 as a card grader, so what's the incentive to go into that and do that? You're going to sit in a dark room with, these, with a bubble around you, drape around you to look at these cards and inspect them for 8 hours a day or 10 hours a day. Good luck with that. Sign me up. Not
right.
I think that's all the graders. That's not just their problem. That's every grader's problem. And that's why they can't get people. And now, again, if you pay enough money, you can get people to do just about anything. But are they going to be people that, they got to know the hobby, I think. I think it says in there hobby experience preferred or something like that. And did y'all hear? So here's the other piece of hobby news. Do y'all know who CGC is?
Yep.
They grade comic books and coins and paper money and a lot of stuff. Oh, there it is. So CGC is now going to start grading cards, and they're going into the sports card market. Which
Ty, I sent you a link for that too.
You what?
I sent Ty a link for that as well.
So I think that is a huge thing. I heard their flip looks terrible. I haven't seen it. Is there a picture of it somewhere?
Yeah, it's front and center on that landing page.
I'm pulling it up.
The first time I've seen it, I'll give you my initial gut reaction to it. We got Mr. Technically Challenged over there, Ty.
I'm not mad. I don't think it's. I don't have any problem with those.
No, I don't either.
Not the greatest.
I would get rid of that green strip. I think that's unnecessarily ugly. Green being my favorite color. But I wish they would go back to the sports cards. I kind of like the focus being on the grade, and they've really done that. They made it huge font. As we wait for their scroll to catch back up.
What do y'all think about that Graders Notes idea? I mean, that
Love it.
huge. Because I have CGC comics. Here, I'll grab one. I'll show you. Hold on.
There we go.
So they say CSG. You guys keep on calling it CGC, and the site is CCG. Like, do we know what to call these people?
Do we know what?
There's a lot of different arrangements of letters for this company and their grading.
CCG is the company, right? So, and their sports product is called
CSG.
Sports Guarantee.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
So if you make me larger, I guess, Ty. Well,
you gotta respond to that.
That's another video. It's a different video, but I was about to say, do you want to make me bigger? That sounds just as bad.
I might move you around.
So here's
very huge.
And on the flip, essentially, they talk about, if you had a staple pulled out or a tear on page 24 or whatever, they would put all of that on there so that you know what's on when you're looking at this encapsulated comic book, what's wrong with it. And if they do anything like that, then that'll be a huge deal.
Is that asking too much? Why haven't we seen that already? I mean, to me, that seems like a really obvious conclusion.
Agreed.
Right now, I would not hesitate at all if they have comparable pricing to send some cards there and try it out, because I would love to see what they do. They obviously are very well respected in comics. So if that integrity is already in place, like, why not? Well,
let me tell you why that. Again, I'm agreeing with you, Jeff. I'm just saying that PSA has such a huge advantage already. And what PSA has going for it that no other card company can seem to figure out is the set registry.
Right.
Yep.
It's a real addict right here.
As they used to say on the Collectors Universe forums, the PSA registry is a powerful drug.
It is a powerful drug. And collectors are OCD. Most of us are. If y'all saw my last video where I went through what I go through just to get a card into my collection, it's quite an extensive process. Point being, I want all of them to look the same. I've got 3,000 PSA slabs. I'm not going to convert over to anyone else. Does that mean I wouldn't buy one? Not necessarily, but if I had to choose between a PSA 7 of a card and a CGS, CSG, whatever
you want.
I'm going to choose PSA, even if it costs me more money, because it matches the rest of my collection. It fits with everything else. And everybody's saying, look, I'm not saying he's not right. I don't know that Dewey's not right. I just know that I'm so heavily invested into it already. I'm not going to convert now. That's just truth. I'm just not.
It's the same reason why next month there's not going to be a new standard of rookie cards in the NBA, right? People have accepted Prism Silvers as the rookie. No one's going back. This is what it is.
Yeah,
I'm with you. That's why BGS can't even catch PSA.
Speaking of Mike's collection, I would love to do some pickups of the week if you guys have any pickups to share, fellas. Because I just got back from vacation, and I got to tell you, yes, I was on vacation, but I was busy buying some cards.
I will show. I'm going to show all these tomorrow.
Oh, look at that brick. Give us
brick
one.
slab.
Just give us one.
I'll give you one. Give me a sec.
It better be CSG graded.
It's PSA graded. It's a 2006 Topps autograph Mariano Rivera card.
Hey, look at that autograph too. That is a
his
guy that cares about his signature.
His auto is the best.
That is a beautiful. Is that calligraphy?
His auto is just so sweet. He takes such. I mean, a lot of guys could learn from him, I guess I would say. So that's one card you'll see tomorrow on my video. But no more spoilers. You'll have to tune in tomorrow.
Okay. While Ty's going to get his, 52 mantle or whatever he's got. Actually, he's a modern guy. Let's be honest. He's not going to bring back 52 mantle.
What's up, MAGA? I got to say hi to my guys coming in. Lou Rock is here, and we got some great friends of the channel.
Love it. And thank you to everyone that came from our particular channels and joined us here at Bench Clear, guys. I will take 30 seconds to do my heartfelt plea, and just we really appreciate you guys. And without our friends to the shows, man, this network does not work. So thank you guys for coming over here. Believe it or not, it is there's been some people that haven't wanted to click subscribe on a different YouTube channel. So we appreciate it. Oh my goodness. MPJ? Oh.
I love the pink pulsars, man. They're one of my favorite. And I actually pulled this last year and I got it graded just recently. It's number 42. I also snagged this bag boy. BGS Pristine, red, white, and blue.
Oh, nice. Oh, a 10?
Oh, man.
You savage. Wait, did you buy that?
I'm all in.
Did you send
I'm all in.
Did you buy that graded or did you pop a 10?
I popped a 10. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. How many did you send in? And be honest.
I've sent in about 400 Michael Porter Juniors.
Was that the 110?
That's one of I got 4 10s.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
All right. So Ty, I'm a PSA guy. You're obviously a BGS guy.
I am.
What do you love about BGS? And I'm not criticizing. I think it's fine. Do what you want to do. I'm just saying, what makes you attracted to BGS?
So I've run the numbers because I'm a numbers guy.
I do.
And for me, when I send in bulk submissions of basketball especially, but it's working out in baseball too, the payoff is getting pristines and black labels. It makes more financial sense to take the shot. Take a shot.
Essentially with those black labels and 10s, if you wanted to, you could sell those to pay for the submission for sure, but pay for the purchase of a lot of the other ones and then still have PC, right?
Yep. And I like the slabs better too, personally. Really? So, yeah, I'm a BGS slab guy.
Of course, the black slab looks great, but I'm on the fence about anything lower than a 9. I think they start getting real fugly pretty quick, but that's just me. And I always seem to get the autograph little plate that floats and it doesn't match up with the rest of the header. That kills it for me. But yeah,
we got some BGS folks in here. Come on.
I'm not. Hey, to each his own. I'm just.
Hey, who invited this guy?
People at
RoboCop.
Hey guys, I need to step off for just a couple minutes. I'm gonna go. I need to go call my dad, but I'll be back and I'm gonna just do this.
Cool. All right, so I'm gonna show a couple cards because, like I said, I was my wife and I went. Mike, go ahead.
And while I'm gone, you get to look at Mickey Mantle. So
done.
Bye, Mike.
So this happens to me almost every year when we go for our GMA. When we go for a vacation, whenever that turns out being, I have a little downtime and I'm away from my computer. And so I start surfing eBay and I start buying things. So you guys remember a couple, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, our last Sunday night one where we did a mail day. and I was showing like the Kobe golds, that Kobe Topps golds that I was buying. Well, it's moved on to LeBron Topps golds. So I've been buying these because I still feel like they're underpriced for being numbered, and they aren't super low numbered. You know, these are like 2007. But I have this new theory about numbered cards, and I feel like I was always the guy to chase the like out of 10 because it just felt special. But I'm starting to think these cards that are numbered over like 1,000 or 2,000 might be where it's at for popularity's sake, because there's enough of them out there to where people will show them off and people get excited about them. But I've really been digging these. So, and they're affordable, you know, comparatively speaking.
What does that mean? How much do you pay?
I mean, around some of these were under $100, some of these were over 100. But you know, my wife may watch this at some point in time, and I don't want her to think I was on vacation spending vacation money. Right, sweetie?
That's right.
So those, and that was a lot of fun. You're proud. Thank you, Eric. Eric, are you a Topps Gold collector? Anybody? We'll wait for him to answer. But so I have, and it's horrible timing, but I stopped collecting mid-90s onto early 2000s. So I missed the whole Kobe era. And so I've been going back in time and kind of revisiting that. And I've been collecting Kobe. Up until now, I haven't really been super interested in his cards just because I didn't watch him play all that much. And so I've been buying some, and I realized it's a horrible time. After his passing, his cards took a huge leap. But I still think comparatively, if we compare him to like MJ prices and LeBron prices, he still has room for growth. So I picked up this card, which I love. It is talk about glare. It's a showcase. Let me actually get it on camera.
Get it right in front of the camera.
Flair showcase.
Ooh, sweet.
Row 0 Kobe. And I put in a pretty darn low ball offer on this card, and someone overseas took it. And I was crazy excited because I thought there was no way they were going to take it. I got it for about $200 less than it's going for regularly. It's a 9. I don't mind this BGS holder. Jeez, the reflections are horrible in here. Let me try. There we go. Almost. There we go. Visible.
It's your V-neck. It's causing some.
Sorry, guys. Okay. One final card. And this I'm actually most excited about because I am high on Kobe White. I think Kobe White he's got a little something under the hood. I don't know. He's flying under the radar still with Zion and Ja stealing all the spotlight. So I've been able to pick up some Kobe Whites for fair prices, what I think are great prices. But I got this optic black and gold.
Beautiful. Vinyl. Is that the vinyl? What is that?
It's just black and gold out of 8. I would love to pick up a vinyl, but despite his horrendous autograph, I love this card. But Kobe, if you're listening, man, we got to work on your autograph because you're too good of a player to have that little scratch going on there. And I don't know. I also think that when you get to a certain level, you got to take pride in your signature. So, get with Mariano Rivera and see if we can work on our handwriting a little bit and figure out something special. Like it doesn't have to be perfect, but you got to put a little bit more effort into it. Ty, thoughts?
Well, Kobe, if you are listening, please subscribe.
Subscribe.
Yeah, his auto's bad. That's exactly it. It's bad, right? But it's not the worst. And as long as his mom's not signing, it's all that matters to me.
So who's the guy that just does a check mark? There's a new rookie this year that literally it's like he touched the card with the Sharpie and that was it.
Yeah, who won? Gosh darn it.
I know, man. We need a picture of that one.
This is the elephant in the room, though. Todd nailed it. It's too good. You know, you're referring to your video, your baseball video.
Oh, it was. I know, guys. I realized so when I called someone Robert Lewis, I knew things were going downhill quick. And then I watched one of Ty's videos and he pronounced his name correctly. I'm like, oh, I wasn't even in the same ballpark. So sorry, guys. I haven't been watching baseball. I haven't been buying a ton of baseball cards. I got to get back into it. I realize that, and I apologize. But thank you guys for watching the video and cringing when every name comes up. I felt like I was opening a hockey box because that's really when it gets good. The names are just torn apart. Robert Lewis is a bum. Dude, let me just say, I love stripes. So you can do no wrong as far as I'm concerned in this chat.
So good. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, man. Okay, so Ty, what do you have coming up this week? I know you just released one tonight, but you have BreakerCulture coming out this week.
Good new podcast coming out tomorrow with a guy named Michael Rathburn, who is a big voice on the Discord channel that we have at BreakerCulture. We're breaking down soccer product. That was fun for me, talking soccer. I don't talk much.
Do you do soccer?
And listen, and then we break down 2020 Top Series 2, and we talk a little bit about kind of what it looks like with consolidated rosters. It's a really good episode. You guys are going to like it. Very educational.
Hey, Jeff, have you been invited to be on the BreakerCulture podcast? Because I haven't.
I was one of the original guests. Ty started the series with my voice, and since then it's had nowhere to go but up.
Well,
no, I have Mike, but you'll be on there
maybe someday.
Jason Domingo, he's a player too, guys. He's that 12-year-old, right? The Yankees like.
Okay,
Mike's making fun of Jeff and his inability to pronounce baseball names.
Oh, it's so fun though. I should just stop. In fact, that's a great segue because I'm releasing 2 videos this week. I have one coming out Wednesday. It's with Mrs. PackGeek. We're opening up some 86 Donruss where I can pronounce every name because I was familiar with those players. I watched them play. And she's always great. She's a lot of fun. She doesn't care anything about sports cards, which is why she's awesome. And then I'm releasing a second episode on Friday, which I'm opening 2020 Baseball First Edition, and I didn't recognize one player in the packs that I opened. So it's going to be a lot of fun for you guys. And
you got a new release time you might want to share with everybody.
Thank you. Thank you for bringing that up. So
that's called a segue in the biz, by the way.
I'll remember that. For some reason, for the longest time, if you guys noticed, I was releasing my episodes at 10 a.m. in the morning. This is going back to old social media. I used to produce videos just for social media, and the big deal was you release them during work hours because people are all in front of their computer. It's easy. But this is when we were producing like 90-second videos. So that does not hold true for a video that is 20 minutes long or longer. So I've decided to release them in the evening when you guys have a little bit more time and you're, hopefully free at home after work and hanging out. So I'm going to now release my episodes at 7 p.m. instead of 10 a.m., still on Wednesday. So I've got one coming out Wednesday at 7 p.m. and Friday at 7 p.m. And I hope you'll check them out and listen to me butcher names.
I can't wait.
I'm going to laugh my butt off.
When I have a bad day, I go watch your baseball videos.
Yeah. Yes.
He's doing okay. He was still down in the dumps because he got tested positive. I would have been shocked if he didn't test positive. So, but he's in good hands, and that's all you can do. I'm going to be doing a video tomorrow with hopefully an update on my parents and showing some cool cards. And then I'm going to do a video later this week. I'm super excited about. I try not to. I love to do showcases and talk about sets. When I get a complete Hall of Fame run for that set, and I finally finished 1959 Topps baseball. So
wow,
I'm gonna have every Hall of Famer from 59 Topps baseball, and there are, by the way, let me see, 64 of them. So that'll be a lot of great cards, a lot of great vintage. You'll just get to see all of them together. I just love doing it. It's my favorite kind of video to do. And so that'll be probably Thursday or Friday. I'll put that out. But that'll be it. The rest I'll be dealing with work and life. And life gets in the way of this hobby sometimes. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy. Well,
Yuck.
I just want to say your 1959 set's cool, but I did complete the 2020 Top Series 2 set too. So that very close second.
Yeah.
Probably similar in value too, I'm sure.
Hey, Mike, are they all slabbed up too?
Oh yeah, of course. It's
That's
that registry addiction that I was talking about earlier. That's yeah, they're all slabbed up.
Are you like competing for any of the PSA, the set registry awards? Does that appeal to you?
Ironically, so do you want to hear a story? Do y'all like hearing stories?
Well, yeah, that's what we're doing, bro.
So I've got a PSA order on the way back right now. Finally got grades in, 43 cards. I'll be doing a PSA reveal on that whenever I get them back. God knows how long that'll be. But in there, I do this one set registry called the last card of every Hall of Famer post, in the Topps era. So every Hall of Famer, their last Topps card is a set registry that I asked PSA to create, and they did. There are, I don't know, a bunch of people doing the set now. I did a video a long time ago on my old channel, Baseball Collector, about that. And my old channel, it's like a month ago.
You're still Baseball Collector. You're just a different URL.
Good point. But I did a video about that idea of like, hey, that's a great way to collect old players because number one, it's usually less. I mean, their rookie cards are crazy expensive. Last cards are typically not as expensive. And what's on the back of a Topps card? All their stats, right? So if you turn over their last card, you're going to get a lion's share of their stats, if not all of them. It's just a really cool way to collect vintage and collect Hall of Famers. To that end, there's Kevin Jones. I love that set. I've been having so much fun with it. Hopefully I inspired Kevin to do that. I don't, and I think I did, but point being, I've now finished that set. So, and I'm number one in that set. So all the cards I'm getting back are all cards I sent in because I couldn't find. You can't find these. They're so low pops because it's the 2010 John Smoltz or Randy Johnson card, and nobody gets them graded because they're not valuable. And values in the eye of the beholder. I find them incredibly valuable. And I don't know about you guys, but see, y'all aren't PSA registry people. Anybody on the chat or watching this now or later will agree. If you get like on the 59s, by the way, I only needed like 3 or 4 more cards. I way overpaid for them just because I wanted to get it done. I paid a premium for that last card, for that last 2 cards, just to finish the run. And it is not uncommon for people to do that. I'm not immune to that. And I'm now I don't care. I just wanted it done. And I could have waited and waited, but I'm like, I only need 1 or 2 more cards. Let me just finish them off. And so, you go buy the stupid buy it nows and you pay crazy money, which, oh, by the way, have y'all noticed this about eBay? If you spend a lot of money, the next day you'll get the eBay bucks bonus, Yes. Like, oh, great. Perfect timing. I needed that yesterday.
Hours ago. Yeah, I get the same ones, Mike.
And you're like, really? Whatever. I think they just have this robot that goes, oh, they just spent some threshold, right, of money.
Oh, for sure they have that algorithm going on. Like,
Yes.
let's see how much we can get this guy for. Somehow they always know to hit me after I've completely emptied anything I had set aside for cards that week.
For
Right.
sure. Yep.
Hey, so interesting question for you guys. I hope you'll respond, but we were curious to know what your favorite piece of content, non-bench clear content was this week. If you heard a great podcast or saw a great video, who was that and when did you see it?
Ty, you want to go?
Yeah, I actually liked, funny enough, I started going back and watching Silver Jackify stuff after having him on a couple weeks ago. And he's got some great stuff. I wanted to watch his best card from every year to compare it to yours, which is awesome. Yours was great too, Mike. He put one out, I think it was top 15 or top 20 cards, I think under $100 to look for the 60 game season. Some really cool stuff. Some great thoughts. He's got a great perspective. I liked him a lot. That was my favorite of the week. Silver Jackify.
For me, I watched Mike O today, who is a YouTube legend in the hobby and original YouTube Hall of Fame, inaugural class YouTube Hall of Famer. He did an interview. He does a kind of like you, Ty. He'll do the podcast / YouTube videos and just show them on his channel. He does YouTube videos mostly, but he also does this podcast where he just does hobby talk and he talks to different guys that create content. And the one he did with Andy, She Blinded Me with Refractors, by the way, best name on YouTube. She Blinded Me with Refractors. And he did an interview with him for an hour, 15 minutes. And I just wanted it to keep going. It was so good. They just had a great conversation, covered a ton of different topics going on in the hobby right now, the national, everything. So see, it was Silver Jackify had a great idea. I would love to see more people do that video, by the way. And I think the reason there aren't people doing it is they might feel bad because they might not have a certain year or they might be having some type of gap in their collection. So what? Just still do it. Just here's the best card of every year that I have. I may be missing some or whatever. It's okay. I just think it's such a cool idea. Jeff, don't do baseball, please. If you do that,
Todd is killing me with these comments.
He's not letting up.
He started just throwing heat at me in the comments of that video almost right away, and I totally deserved it. I knew as I was doing it, like this is not going well. So whatever. It was a great box. It was a fun rip, but if the worst thing that comes out of it is me mispronouncing a few names, I can live with that. I'm all right with that. I would much rather that than like the picture not be good or the sound be off. I can handle a little mispronunciation here and there. So me guys, I'm gonna sound like such a homer, but I haven't watched anything that's not bench clear this week. I've been trying to keep up with our videos, and we've been putting out a fair amount. I was watching some of Up North Collectors. So if you guys haven't noticed,
great point.
The Up North Collectors are now doing 2 episodes a week on our network, and it's a father-son team. They break a ton of new products, and they're great. They are awesome. They have the best chemistry of any father-son I've ever seen that do videos together. And they're both really knowledgeable. They have a great time. They don't mispronounce players' names that they should know. And so if you haven't checked those guys out, please do. So I watched one of their breaks this week. I watched Ty's as well. And I'm sorry, I haven't. I mean, it's a great thing that I was stuck just watching bench clear content because that's the point here, right? We want to have enough content out there to keep people satisfied for what they're looking for.
So you didn't watch any of my videos, Jeff? You mentioned how great Ty was. That's fine.
No, I did. Yeah. That one where you had the card in the case.
Yeah, boy, that nailed it. That sums up every video that I ever do. I don't need to do
I told you I saw it. Yeah.
Jeez.
You said yourself you haven't released one since Tuesday, Mike.
That's true. I have not.
Touche.
You know, I normally talk about trends a lot. I go through, charts and graphs. I just want to make sure before we let everyone go, there's a trend that I think we need to avoid for our next episode.
Okay.
This is not the trend we want to see. The next episode. We in agreement?
Please find a shirt that actually fits.
Come on. The guy on the right, that is some
it's the same guy.
Serious man cleavage.
It's the same dude.
Anyway, that's all I got for you.
Let me tell you, when I got dressed tonight, it was not looking to impress. I was looking to be comfortable. I should have cut my screen a little bit tighter, I guess. Yeah, let me see if I can.
There you go.
Then you just see my nose hairs. It's a disaster either way. So sorry, guys.
That's right.
Oh, hey, thanks, Todd. I appreciate that. I want everyone to see Todd's comment right now.
Hey, Clay's friends with my brother in Nashville. I have a twin brother, by the way. So,
are you serious? I didn't know that.
What?
Yep. Hey, that's another video. See, we're out of time. We can't even talk about
that. What's he up to right now? Can we patch him through?
No, we don't look alike. I got the looks and the smarts. So what are you going to do? No, he went to Vanderbilt and was a pitcher at Vanderbilt. So he's a pretty smart guy.
He went to Vanderbilt?
Yeah, he was a pitcher for them.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's a good baseball school.
Do an episode of PackGeek?
He doesn't do base. He doesn't do cards really. He collected David Price for a while, because he's a Vandy guy, yep. And he collects a lot of. He's really tight with the baseball team still as an alumni and goes to a lot of events. And Dansby Swanson and all, they all text my brother. I'm like, good grief, check back baseball, check old baseball collector videos. Is that what you're saying? Third time around? Yeah, go for it. I got.
Or is that a channel? Maybe that's a channel. Check back baseball. Sorry. Stop.
Right.
Are we talking about the backlog, the pre-bench clear years?
Right. There's plenty of them. Mike has a stunt double. Yeah, so I'm 6'2", so I'm kind of tall. He's 6'6". So
really?
Yeah, he's really tall.
Dude, I can't wait to meet your brother. When is he over for Thanksgiving or something?
Yeah, we did. He's been on my channel a couple times breaking boxes, and just he did a mail. He always he'll call me and he'll go yo and hello, and he'll just totally tease me that I do this whole YouTube thing. He's actually quite supportive. It's just funny. He always teases and, yeah, I saw you did another video today. Good grief, it's fun. But
it's by the way, show of hands in the comments, but who would buy a t-shirt that just says yo and hello? Because I think that the baseball collector t-shirt is going to be simple, and it's just going to have a couple of words on it, and it's going to be money in the bank. And I don't think we're going to get rich off of it. I'm just going to say it's a must-have t-shirt. Even Mike's brother will wear one.
My brother might wear one. I have a yo and hello t-shirt that my wife made me for the National last year. So
that t-shirt's got to be made. So I'm thinking about that one, and that's a must-have.
There you go.
That's it right there.
Collecting on the back. And I'll send a blank check for one. Thanks, JT.
That's great. That's great.
Well, that makes sense, because at the front of my videos, I say yo and hello, and at the end of every video, my outro is keep collecting. So that would only make sense if that would be the front and the back of the shirt. So
and my t-shirt is just going to be a super deep V, and it's going to be splitting my logo in half. It's so deep, and no one's going to want one.
Ty and I are going to come next week whenever we do our next live stream. We're going to both cut our shirts down.
For sure.
This isn't an average V. If it were down I don't know, man.
Look again. I think you're right here.
No, I'm
You're
on the
here
left.
right now.
I'm on the left. Let's be honest about this. That is not that deep. I just got a long torso. Man,
it looks weird when you're sitting down.
Stand for this.
It looks like we're looking down into your pants while you're sitting down. It really does. Like,
it's not pleasant.
And on that note, we should probably wrap this up.
We should wrap this up.
Guys,
you guys
any
are awesome, man.
thoughts for the week that we want to leave our friends with?
We'll see you next week. We're gonna have Up North on either next week or the week after, so it'll be fun. We'll five-some going here. It'll be a blast.
Yes, please. If you haven't checked out Up North Collectors, and I mean, they have a giant subscriber base. So I'm guessing most of you have probably seen their stuff, but go check them out. They're awesome. They're really entertaining. They're nice guys. They're doing great stuff for the hobby. So, hey guys, keep collecting. Did I do it right, Mike?
Yeah. Thanks, guys, for all the support and thoughts and prayers for my parents. I appreciate it a lot. I'll let y'all know what happens. I throw it all out there. So
we love about you, Mike.
All right, guys.
See ya.
Keep collecting. See, he always leaves.